Because the Polymarket CEO was spot on in election prediction, making people put their money where their mouth is, accurately predicting Trump winning in a landslide, the FBI raided his home and seized his cell phone and other electronic devices. Why? Well, because the Democrats think it was some form of election interference, which I can't really wrap my head around. But the same could be argued for Alan Littman then. He's known for his 13 keys to the White House, where if you say 6 or more of these statements are false, this will mean you'll lose the White House. And if you have 5 or fewer, you win. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't put his partisan beliefs to the side and actually answer those statements honestly. So he's now only accurately predicted 9 out of the last 11 elections. So this makes him irrelevant in predicting.
It was some 10 million Biden voters who decided not to vote this time, and that's directly tied to misinformation. You know, they don't like Trump, but, you know, they're thinking, well, do we really
pick up more votes this time than he did in 2016?
So, pardon me?
Did Donald Trump pick up more votes this time than he did in 2016?
Yeah,
or
but not than he picked up in 2020, the most relevant last election. He picked up about the same, but 10 million.
Both sides can say things like this, like misinformation. It's hard to quantify.
If you don't let me make my points, why do you have me on?
No, we love it. It's a conversation. It's spirited. I think there's a little bit of a delay.
We're done.
I think we'd love.
Let me talk. What's the point? Are you
the
expert or am I the expert? You can question me.
You so claim to be an expert. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. The critical thing in this election were at least 10 million Biden voters who did not vote. If even half of them had voted, this election would have been different.
We hope to have you back in 4 years. There is a little bit of a delay, Professor Lichtman, so I apologize if we were stepping on each other's toe. Our intent was, of course, to listen to what you had to say. And like you said, you were wrong. But maybe in 4 years, we'll get back on track. Again, Alan Lichtman with us here on the DMV Zone. We appreciate you.
So he's making the claim that 10 million Biden voters just stayed home this election. Well, let's break down the number of votes. In 2016, Clinton got 65.8 million and Trump got 62.9 million. In 2020, Biden got 81.3 million and Trump got 74.2 million. In 2024, Harris got 73.9 million and Trump got 76.4 million. So what you're trying to tell me is that they were capable of convincing 15 million more people that Trump is orange man bad in 2020, but then they just stopped voting in 2024. This is why we say we want voter ID and we want single-day elections. I'm serious. They are still counting the votes right now, 11 days after an election. And if you look at all the numbers of the votes, it tracks. Trump keeps getting more votes each year, but then the Democrat voters, they're just so inconsistent. Alan's statement about that is super lazy. He didn't properly answer the keys correctly because he said with a straight face that Kamala didn't have any scandals, even though her entire campaign was a scandal. The lack of interviews, the terrible responses, shoving Biden to the side. There's no social unrest. Yeah, because Republicans don't typically burn down buildings like Black Lives Matter. There's long-term economic growth over the past 2 years. That's unequivocally false. The stock market isn't the only determination if an economy is good. There's so many different keys he screwed up.